and welcome to something I like to call writing advice to keep your wife from leaving you. Now, this writing advice can be applied to many different things, such as classwork or creative projects like short stories or novels, but as the title suggests, we're going to be focusing on reconciling the problems in one's marriage. Let's say you don't use proper punctuation all the time, or you've used the wrong "your" in text too often, and she's had enough. Now you're not talking as much, she's spending more time at her mom's, you know how it goes. Debra, I'm sorry, no one said anything to me, I swear it was an honest mistake. In this lesson we'll be going over semicolons and how to use them. Now, semicolons can be a little tricky, but they really help with the flow of the sentence once you get the hang of them. An easy way to remember how to use them is to look at their design. They're kind of a cross between a period and a comma, and that's more or less how they're used. One of the most common ways to use a semicolon is to link two sentences together that share a similar line of thought. For example, Debra is my lovely wife. We've been married for 4 years. Now, you could put a period at the end of the first sentence just fine, but because the two sentences are so closely related, a semicolon is a little more correct. Just because you have a lot of sentences with similar ideas, however, doesn't mean you should go around using too many semicolons. Like I mentioned earlier, the point of a semicolon is to help with the flow of the text. And while differing uses of punctuation can be dynamic and engaging for the writing, it can also lend to being a distraction if you use too much. To that end, use semicolons sparingly, maybe once per paragraph or even once per page at most. After all, a bit of distance is good. It's normal, it's healthy, right, Debra? Right? Semicolons are especially useful when the next sentence starts with a transition word or phrase like however or in addition. The other way to use semicolons is in lists. In a simple list, you only need commas to separate each item. I have 3 other members of my household: my cat, my wife Debra, and our dog. But when one or more of these items uses a comma in itself for more description, a semicolon is used throughout instead. I have 3 other members of my household: my cat Loafers, my wife Debra, who's on the phone with a lawyer for some reason, and our dog Ellie. As you can see, the semicolon keeps each item and its descriptors clearly separated from one another, so the list is easy to read and understand. And there you have it. That is how to use a semicolon effectively. Hopefully this helped you on your journey toward improving your own writing. Let me know down in the comments what other writing advice you'd like to see, whether it be correcting grammar, a proper punctuation, or drafting an apology letter so that your wife knows how hard you're trying. See, Debra? I used them correctly this time. I'm learning. I'm learning for you. Until next time, good luck and good writing.